So just doing a little evening planting here. Pull up the map. Got my GPS running so you can see there's the shape of my field, and I got to leave the outside free because we're putting up a new fence there. So we're still driving through that, so I haven't planned it yet. But got to finish up this last section right here. So that's what we're doing right now. I'll show you what it looks like. So it's on, GPS is on, it's on auto steer. Get out here and actually watch it. This is a no-till drill. The disc is cutting a trench, and then the boot behind it, right here, feeding seed out, right here from the box, metering it down, and putting it in the trench there. I'll be able to see a little better on this side. This is about 15 foot wide, so see, GPS is pretty spot on. Sometimes it gets off a little bit, but for the most part it does good. Here you can be able to see a little better right there. You see the disc and the green wheel or the black wheel here is a gauge. Basically it's a depth gauge wheel. So that way it keeps it at the disc from going too far, so that way we plant the seed at the correct depth. And you've got a packing wheel right there that's pushing the seed to the bottom of the trench, and then we've got some spike closing wheels that close it up, so that way all the seed is covered. But yeah, this is what it looks like. Still got over 100 acres to go. We're really late this year because we went from no rain from September, mid-September, to right to the 31st of October before we finally got rain. So we had very little wheat planted. What little we did have was patchy, and I had to put manure out before I could plant, so I had enough moisture to germinate. So it didn't get near as much wheat planted on time as we normally would have, and as a result of that, we're still planting now. It's the mid-November now. It's 15th of November, so way later than normal. Normally we're done by the end of October. Yeah, November we're still planting, but that's just how it is this year. I don't know a whole lot you can do about it, but just keep going on. And unfortunately for us, we got so much rain all at once that now I've got to wait for it to dry out a little bit, which doesn't do that much this time of year, before I can finish planting, because some of those fields are so wet. And then it started rain on the 31st, and through the 5th of November we got 11 inches. And went kind of from one extreme to the other, from way too dry to a little too wet, which it did help fill up the ponds, but unfortunately it also washed out some of my fields. So some of them, between some of those bouts of rain we planted, and some of the ground had been worked a little bit, and we caused quite a bit of erosion. So now we have erosion, or gullies and washouts, that we have to backfill with dirt with a track loader and fill up again and replant. And it's just getting really late in the year to do so. Not going to get a lot of growth over the winter when it gets colder. So yeah, not ideal, but you just have to work with what you got. You can see a little better back behind you what it looks like. So for the most part, it does pretty good. Sometimes when it gets a little wet, the dirt will push up through the back of the seed boot and keep the seed from coming out. It did that earlier in the day, but for the most part, it's working pretty good. But I definitely have four-wheel drive engaged on this tractor. Otherwise, I'd definitely be spinning. Just very, very soft now in places. So, yep.